Welcome to another V Spectre podcast episode. Today, we are joined with the wonderful Grim Shawls, and we're also joined today by the wonderful, fantabulous Jazzy.
Hello, thank you.
And yeah, today will be a shorter episode than usual, but I hope that everyone has had a fantastic Pride Month. Everyone give it up for Pride Demon Month or whatever the fuck. Yes, upcoming Wrath. But yeah, we have some exciting news today to share. So let's get right into it. Let's not dilly-dally. Our first news of the day is the Quad Synthesizer V2 release. In July, I believe on the same day, we are getting Seika, Sora, Maki, and Suina's Synthesizer V2 voice banks. So if you guys liked their Synthesizer V1 voice banks, I can already tell you, based on all of their demos and vocal voice mode demonstrations, they already are a huge improvement. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think so far?
The vocal modes are like insane because they're not just improvements of their last vocal modes, they're also like new additional vocal modes.
Yes.
So there is just legitimately new content. It's not just upgraded content, which is gives me a very big incentive to like want to actually upgrade.
Right. And like one thing I find really interesting about Synthesizer V2 so far, now any of you hardcore fans of any of your voice banks out there watching, let me know. But I don't think, unlike previous iterations, looks at Miku Pens, we haven't seen anyone lose vocal modes. Like the only exception I can think of is Hayden, but it wasn't so much a loss as much as it was a replacement, and even then he got a new one as well. So I think it's really nice that they really are maintaining what you already know about these characters, like in terms of like workflow, but also adding something newer. But I do have the very important question. What is everyone's favorite? Who is the release they're looking forward to the most out of these four?
Maki. But I'm also biased because she's just the character I like the most.
But that's just the correct option, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Grim, what about you? Suina-chan. Why Suina?
I love her attacky and dark vocal modes.
Yes. I'm so shocked that they didn't rename that, by the way. I really was thinking they would, and they just did it. Which is fine. But it's just really funny.
It's so interesting. Like I just feel like
Very.
attack in general is just like my thing. I love it.
Real.
Yeah, very exciting releases coming up. For upgrade prices. To my knowledge, if you are upgrading digitally, it is $50. I think the same applies with physical, but you need to have a physical for that upgrade discount. So feel free to go look up the information. If I can find more info on it that's like more succinct, I will gladly add that to the description of this video. But yeah, definitely look forward to them. The date is July 24th, I believe. So they're coming. They're on their way. Yes.
Well, you say
But-
that's so soon.
Yeah. Yes, very soon. Like
Maki.
we get a month to wait.
Oh, also Haruno Sora. She's very good.
Yes. Soda is very good. Very, very good.
I feel like her base vocal mode is kind of well, honestly, I feel like for all of them, the base vocal mode kind of is a little bit lacking. And I feel like kind comes from the vocal modes. You know? Like, I don't know.
For Soda?
V2 in general, Luki.
Honestly, for all of them. Like, I just feel like their regular old plain voice is just a little bit iffy at some times, and then it just really excels when you start using their mode.
I would say yes and no. And I only say that because Hayden, for example, on Synth V2, I plug and play him all the time with little to no issue. However, I do think just generally speaking, any voice is going to sound more interesting when you use the interestinator button on them. and you like really emphasize a quality of them, you know, and that's kind of what vocal modes do. So
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I don't think it's because the bass tones of Synth V2 banks are generally bad or like not as strong. I just think it's what it is. It's like water, you know. You don't hate water, but you're not gonna like die on the hill of what can I please have a water? You know, like you're just you know, like it's just there. It's an option for those. But I definitely do think it's cool. Also for people who don't want to buy them, keep in mind that for both the engine and for new banks, or just any banks that are available, you can try out these banks for a week as well as the editor. So if you're iffy, if you're a Synth V2 owner and you're iffy about any of these, please, I encourage you to trial them. If you are not a Synth V2 owner and you have yet to use your trial, maybe this would be the time to do it. You get four new banks, and you can try out all the already existing banks. So yeah.
Yes.
All the good stuff.
Yes. But next topic, we have the latest Vocaloid 6 release, I believe, unless someone releases before this recording goes up. But Kizuna Akari for V6 has been released. She is, well, I was gonna say sister, but no. She is the duo in crime for Yukari. So if you're familiar with Yukari, Akari might be for you. But she's definitely one of the better V6 voice banks. So if you haven't had the chance to give her a listen, please go and do so. She is pretty clear as far as V6 banks are going, and her dynamics are really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Akari?
Same with yours. I also just really like Akari as a character, so I'm excited to hear more of her.
I am
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
So cute sounding. I love it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And yet, like, if you really like if you just are like a fan of Yukari and Akari, I would say this is the best version of the I would say for Yukari, this is the best AI version she has. I would say for Akari, this is the best song voice bank she has. I still think Yukari's V4 has a charm worth giving a chance, but giving Akari the spotlight for a minute, I think she's just really good. She's really good. So again, just like with Synth V2, you can trial these voice banks as well. Instead of 1 week, it's 2 weeks if I remember correctly. Pretty sure, because that's how I remember it being that way for the standard banks. So I'd assume it's that same way for the AI banks or V6 banks.
Okay.
So yeah. If you can find someone with an installer, then ask them, hey, can I trial your Blorbo? But yeah. Any other thoughts on Akari? I feel like this is a little brief, but
It was a little
yeah,
bit, but there isn't really any thought. She's just like a solid, nice release for a loved character.
100%.
The biggest thing I noticed with her is her tone is the biggest part of it. That's really good. But she suffers from the same thing that a lot of V6s have, which is like richness of the voice. Like there's some times where it feels like it's a little bit too frail and too thin. It's just like you could probably enhance that with like some good mixing, but it's just a little bit trickier just because I don't know. It's you're gonna have to have some really good EQ for that.
Yeah, I go.
Mixing definitely goes a long way. I will say that this problem is more apparent with Yukari than Akari. I think the only reason why one would think that is because of the way their demos have been made. At least their initial debut demo. But I think like Akari with like just a little bit of mixing in editor no less. Like you really don't need like a proper DAW to kind of like how do I phrase it? You don't need a DAW to kind of like drown out the like weaker qualities of the bank. So I feel like it's not too big of an issue, but I get what you're saying. I hear you.
One of the more clearer sounding banks in general. But yeah, that's just the one thing about her that I just wasn't quite feeling.
Right. Well, that's fair. Very fair. But yeah, that's Akari, folks. On to the next topic. We have the one, the only, Henri Arcane RDX. Okay. Redux. it's based on her Redux design for her Arcane Bank when they made like the new physical. And then I guess they decided to keep the naming convention for the new bank, but instead of saying Redux, they said RDX, which I think is a lot cooler. But yeah, are you guys interested in hearing how Miss Henri sounds?
And this like song is so, oh my gosh.
Kudos to Rampy and Tired Bee for tuning this. I think they did a very good job. And Fangit especially with the music and the video. All these wonderful people here did an amazing job on this stuff. But yeah, any first impressions based on this first demo we got of Henri? Aside from the breathiness.
Yeah, hard to identify exactly what is super different, but I love what I'm hearing.
Yes, I do. I definitely think like I said with like Maki and the others, this is certainly like an improvement of what we already like about Henri. So now it's wait your turn, girl. But yeah, certainly an improvement, definitely a step in the right direction. I feel like based on how they handled June Nocturne, and even Henri Arcane, I give AO, for any AO fans out there, I trust them with their upgrades. I don't think they've had a bad upgrade from the predecessor. Now, whether those upgrades age well, we will have to see. But based on what we've seen, the only upgrade that I would say didn't age the best, I can't even call it an upgrade, can I? Well, okay, if you're comparing Henri Arcane to Redux, it's night and day. Like, Henri Arcane doesn't stand a chance. But in its time, in its prime, Arcane was really good. So that's why I say, like, these upgrades are doing a very good job of being upgrades, of being updates, of improving. And so I definitely like that. So if you have Henri Arcane or June, I don't think the upgrade price applies to the original Henri because she's quite outdated at this point. But I'm pretty sure Henri Arcane and June, their upgrades to their Symphony 2 voice banks are only $20 USD. So there's not a good reason to not get them if you have some extra money laying around. Skip a night on Taco Bell and eat ice water soup instead.
Yep.
But yeah, that's Henri Arcane. Oh yes, and Noah Hex. I didn't say it earlier, but yes. It will be announced soon enough. I'm assuming this will be announced shortly after the release of Henri Arcane, seeing as it has only been a few weeks, if not exactly a month, since June Nocturne released. So if you like Noah Hex, and I think Noah Hex is probably one of their best banks that they have released to date, definitely give them a shot. Oh, okay, Soyogi. So, I don't want to use Grok to translate this, but what I will say is a talk voice for Chevio AI and Voicesona has been announced. Now, Jazzy did a better job of interpreting this American flag, because I was like, is this for like Western audiences or something? Because it seems really weird to single out America. But what Jazzy thinks is that they're leaning more towards an American like dialect of English.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, I think this is really exciting for two reasons. One, Westerners slash English speakers get an option for English synthesis when it comes to talk software. English Talk Bank.
Yes. Why is there no cross synth or whatever for English? I don't know. Like,
I think it's a multitude of reasons, but at its core, there's not an interest. And I
Yeah.
think the reason why there's not an interest is because people don't even consider it an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, people haven't really considered, like, no one considers a toxin because there isn't many that are accessible. The only accessible toxin that I can say off the top of my head is, like, in terms of, like, Western audiences, is Voicona Talk, period, point blank. And that's because the editor is free and it comes with a free voice bank. But aside from that, there isn't really any talk software that's good, that is free software. And there isn't any talk software that's paid, that's worth a Westerner or non-Japanese speaker to try out. Aside from Maki English. I don't think Ia has an English talk. I could be wrong, but I don't think she should.
you imagine V-Synth TikTok with that kind of technology? Amazing.
I think it would be great. What we need to do is we need to get people excited for talk synthesis. And the only way we can do that is if the Hatsune Miku gets a talk synth that has English support. 1. 2, if Teto does it. I'm joking. 2, if another Western company decides to pick up that, like, or fill in that vacancy and start making English talk synths for something like Voicona or Chevio AI or what have you. I would say Chevio AI, or not Chevio AI, I would say Voicona because that one's free, so it's easier for people to get into. But again, I would love to see more English software. But sorry, I got a little sidetracked. But in regards to Soyogi, I think this is really exciting news because there's a chance we could get an English song bank out of Soyogi. And for me, that'd be great because that would be the only masculine English the only masculine English voice bank on Chevio AI for sure. And I'm pretty sure also on Voicona in terms of English.
Yes.
So, yeah. But we'll see what happens. We'll update you guys next podcast or the podcast after, depending on where his development is with it. They just announced it, so I assume they're either about to start development or they just started development. So, yeah, but very exciting news for Voicona users, but specifically another reason to give Talk Voicona a try, because again, Talk Voicona has Sudumaki Maki and Soyogi English, both of them. So, yeah. So recently, it was unfortunately discovered that the Eleanor Forte has been discontinued. Now, I shouldn't say recently discovered because for some people, this has been a known issue for a month, but this is just now hitting the community and everyone's getting more aware of it. So I figured it was worth talking about. And essentially, the distributor for Eleanor Forte just something happened. I don't remember the exact details. I don't think it has anything to do with them running out of codes, but just the distributor is no longer distributing this bank. And we had to receive confirmation from Dreamtonics, as you can see in the screenshot. So there isn't really much information. It's kind of spooky if you ask me. But yeah, it's really sad. Fortunately, Eleanor Forte Lite is still available, and I would say that is the most popular iteration of Eleanor Forte, so it's not all hope is lost. But I definitely think that let this be a reminder to not take things for granted, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Eleanor Forte AI, I know, is not the most popular bank, especially at release, but we all love Eleanor Forte, and Eleanor Forte, as long as the community cares, the character's not going away. You know, voice bank or not. I mean, we've had Neru stay for decades now. Like, I think that we'll always have Eleanor content, the issue is not as many people will have the tools to make singing content outside of her life, which is fine. I'm gonna be real, y'all. You're not missing out on much. But
Loki, they are missing out on peak, but it's okay.
Huh. So they did.
I don't think you're wrong, but I'll say
Her plus bank. So what?
yes, her plus bank. Her plus bank, basically, effectively, you cannot get her plus bank anymore. You also cannot get her Synthie 2 bank anymore. You can't get her Synthie 1 bank anymore. You legit only have Eleanor Light Standard and Eleanor Light AI. And so, Jazzy, I do agree with you. They are missing out on peak. But what I'm trying to say is, in regards to making content with Eleanor Forte, not all hope is lost. This isn't like a Pico situation where you have to resort to pirating. Again, if people want to pirate, you do you. Keep that shit under wraps. We've learned our lesson. Stop going public about this shit. But I will say, piracy aside, there are alternatives. So if you want to continue to spread out the Eleanor Forte love, the community will thank you, and or not the community per se, but the fans of Eleanor Forte will thank you for your contributions, and you get to partake in it. So
yeah,
there's that. But it is really unfortunate. The other bank I want to highlight here is Yellow Aiko. Many may not know her. She was more of a like Synthie R1 bank, if anything, despite having a Synthie release. But basically, Yellow Aiko was a Chinese vocalist that was the mascot of Anacute, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. She also kind of falls under this wave of discontinued banks. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Renri falls under it, because Renri's bank is free. You just got to get the email.
Still available on her Utalu's website?
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely that. But I meant for like Synthv, because Anacute also managed Renri Synthv as well. They just handled like the Synthv part. I don't really understand it, but she's a part of that clique. And then for those who like Genbu's been gone for a while in terms of Synthv, but Genbu is thriving on the talk bank, talk synthesis stuff. And maybe, if we're lucky, Mikoto Studio might visit him, since they are making a song bank of a character he's associated with, because that character is within his group. So maybe, but we will. Or not Mikoto Studio. Sorry, Magni. My bad, Magni. Sorry, not Mikoto. Wrong M word. Magni.
you're good.
But yeah, so it's very unfortunate news, but again, just don't take things for granted, guys, and especially for some of these companies. I know my friend brought up a good point. Like I was saying, like I was worried like the gynoid banks would kind of disappear because gynoid's been off the radar for a very long time. This isn't really an issue for the way that Eleanor's discontinuation happened. This isn't an issue of activation codes. So if you're worried that, let's say, V-Flower or the Mecha Twins or whomever is from like a down under company, or not a down under company, but like a down under company with multiple distributors, you will still have a chance of getting them. But if they're like one distributor, then you might have an issue of limited codes. If it's a case like this with Dreamtonics where the company just isn't very communicative, like I don't want to like rush people to buy stuff that they don't really need in air quotes, but I will say that like they'll put it off too long, you know? So yeah, if you really want to like get in on some of this stuff. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. And again, Eleanor Forte, the character's not going anywhere. The cover's already up with her, aren't going anywhere. The original music that will be made after this and was made during this, that's not going anywhere. Maybe, in fact, this might encourage people to make music with her, because some people might want to know what she sounds like. This might be the first time people hear about Eleanor Forte. So yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's just so weird that they're already discontinuing her after like they just released her plus bank. I don't know what it is.
Again, it was like, it's just sad because the issue has to do with the distributor. So like anything distributed via them is down, but for vocal synth users, it's specifically Eleanor and Aiko, Yellow Aiko.
Yeah.
Oh, so Genbu is not, or Genbu Plus, is it discontinued or?
Genbu Plus in theory would be discontinued, I believe. unless you can get him on a different distributor. But yeah. Because like looking at this, like I would say Dreamtonics, but they've also said they removed Buy Now and Start trial for Eleanor, so it's likely he's in the same boat. And he wouldn't have had a trial because he's not an AI bank.
Didn't he get a plus? I think.
He did get a plus, but he's like not an AI bank for Synth V2, so he wouldn't have a trial.
Oh, okay.
You need to be a Synth V2 bank or upgrade to have that trial. So as far as I know, you can't trial, let's say June, like the original June, but you can trial Asterion the 2.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about Renri or Genbu because I know they're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
yeah,
well, Aiko, I don't really have any hope for, honestly.
there's stuff that can be done. It just depends on Anacute. Anacute needs to come out the shadows and be like, hey, this is what happened, or hey, we're gonna put them back up, but like limited codes, like something, you know. But yeah, we won't know till we know. But as far as we're concerned right now, they're discontinued. Whether this is indefinite or, you know, just for a time period, we won't know until we know.
Oh,
But yeah.
I do have news, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, Renri is getting an AI voice thing on a
On Diffsinger?
studio.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
It's over on
That works.
on her new website.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's announced, basically, yeah.
Okay, word. I was hoping Diffsinger, but for those who invested in a studio, you get the option of having a Renry. But yeah, moving on to the next topic, we have currently a sale on DL site. Now I would love to scroll through the pages of products you can get, but there's quite a lot. As you can see, there are a few that are talk banks. Some are song banks. One of them is straight up the program. So,
Yeah.
I want to let Jazzy take the space to talk about Ia.
Yeah, has a okay. Ia is on a 20% off sale, and you can combine that 20% off sale with the 15% off coupon and get Ia for, do the math because I'm not, percent. Well, I'll go buy Ia.
Mm-hmm. Definitely go buy Ia. This is for Ia English. This is for Ia Japanese. One, One's voice bank. This is for the talk
Yeah.
bank starter packs. If you want to try them out, please get Voicona. If you're curious about them and don't want to put down the money yet, please, I implore you to go mess with them in the 10-second trial window. Not that it lasts 10 seconds, but you get to make you can render something under 10 seconds in Voicona. So again, please check them out. Take advantage of this sale. I know like Otamachi Una V4 is on sale for like 30 or 20% off right now on there. Gumi's like bundle of is it the V4 bundle or V3 bundle? I don't know. But she has like her bundle on sale right now. Gakpo has his bundle on sale. You know, you have a bunch of V6 banks. The Kotonoha V6s are on sale. And then this coupon covers a lot more than just the people on sale. Like Ia has a sale plus this coupon, but take someone like Lure. Lure's not on sale, but you can use this coupon on her.
Yeah.
So again, please go, if you have a DL site account, please go check this out. As you can see, this coupon ends on July 7th, but I'm pretty sure the sale for the banks I mentioned, like Ia and Kotonoha, should last a little bit longer. But don't quote me on that. The sooner the better. So get to it.
Yeah.
For us, at the very least, just check to see if you have a random coupon just laying around, because I know I'd be doing that too sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about this section.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one. Yes. Okay. So, VocalDB on Twitter, or x.com if you're a stickler for that, has recently been doing a VocalDB ranking by month. And so these are currently what's popping off right now. We have Radiant Revival by Jamie Page featuring Miku, Don't Believe in Tea by Pinocchio P featuring Miku and Tato, Static featuring Miku, Bird Brain like by Flavor Folly featuring Miku. Gotta give credit. And then Bird Brain by Jamie Page and OK Glass. I believe OK Glass also helped with the arrangement. But feel free to go look into the credits and go see exactly how Jamie and OK Glass collabed to make this masterpiece. But the song Bird Brain features Teto. And then Athena made the song Clone Clone featuring Gumi and Ren. Now, very quickly, I want to bring up something because there isn't a bigger topic I want to shed light on later, but Gumi and Ren, it's been a minute.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. So I would say for those who do not know, Gumi and Ren weren't like the peak of peak pairings like Luca Miku are or Ren and Len are, but they're up there for like those mix-up pairings like you would see with like Miku and Mako, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So again, please check this out. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm tired of Miku Teto. First of all, y'all don't have good taste. And if you do have good taste, you're tired. Let's start there. All right. And I understand it's okay to be exhausted. All right. But we gotta put our streams where our mouth is, our money where our mouth is, our attention where our mouth is. Stream Clown Clown. Please stream Clown Clown. If we want to see more variety, we gotta encourage more variety. This is how creative spaces work. There's no need to demand it though. I don't want to see anyone being like, I need more Gumi Ren. Like, no, that's not necessary. But support it because for some people they have a hard time finding this stuff, and it exists. It's just very rare we see it doing this well. So yeah. But I just want to light on that.
Yeah, I think with how things are right now, if you like a Vocaloid song that isn't using Miku or Teto, you kind of need to share it. Please share it
Mm-hmm.
because the algorithm is not doing it for you.
Yeah. Quick question though, before we get into the big topic. Any songs here that you've particularly been playing lately?
Radiant Revival.
Radiant Revival?
Yes, and literally all the Jamie Page ones.
For real. What about you, Graham?
I'm still on static.
Very real, very real. I'm actually in Grimm's boat. I'm also still on static. Don't shoot me. I have not listened to Radiant Revival. The reason why I swear if let me watch my language. I swear if an individual decides to jump me in the comments getting mad at me for this, best believe I'm not giving it attention. But
Okay.
I'm not the biggest on Miku. So it's not that I hate Miku. It's just I'm a Teto girly, okay? And so I'm more biased to listen to songs that use Miku made by people that I like and that just are good songs. Now, I do plan on listening to Radiant Revival because it is made by a person I like. But I haven't been in a rush for it because I've been listening to the other Miku song on here. So I've been chilling. But
also, it has an amazing MV accompanied by it, like absolutely incredible.
I've seen it. It looks very good. I will definitely check it out. But yeah, and then for Don't Believe in Tea, I've listened to at least 3 times so far. I haven't been listening to it a lot because I've been drowning in some other. Look, Friday last week was a busy week for music. Y'all have to understand, okay? There's not enough streams to go around, okay? But Don't Believe in Tea is a great song. I know some people were really hoping that it'd be Utao Teto or not use Teto's auto pitch that much. I'm gonna be real, y'all. The auto pitch is not that noticeable here. If it's noticeable to the trained ear, but if you're just a casual listener, you won't notice it too much in this song. Also, because Miku sounds so good in it, you're not even gonna care. Like, this isn't like, no shade to the song, by the way, but this isn't Mesmerizer, where it's just kind of like minimal tuning. Pinocchio P definitely has a sound he wants for Miku because he spent years tuning Miku. Teto's not in that same boat. He just started using Teto, so please give him some grace for that. Even though I don't really think the grace is necessary, I think Teto sounds fine regardless. But don't let auto pitch Teto stop you from enjoying Peak. This song is really good. Bird Brain, another banger I have listened to at least once. I want to say twice. but I don't think twice. You want to know why? Because I've heard it on my timeline on loop, okay? Because the song is a banger, all right? So please, if you haven't listened to Bird Brain, please go support Jamie Page of OK Glass. The song is so saucy, okay? Please give it a listen. And then, yeah, very good, very good. Honestly, I would say this is probably my favorite. I was gonna say my favorite Jamie P song with Tato. But for me, that's Rock for Clout. Y'all thought I was gonna say Machine Love. No, Rock for Clout is love. Machine Love's iconic. Machine Love's iconic, but y'all be sleeping on Rock for Clout, and I'm gonna need y'all to fix that immediately, okay? If I go to a fan-made Tato concert and Rock for Clout is not performed live, all of you deserve to lose internet for a week, okay? But yeah. And then Clone. But okay, I was actually expecting Gumi Synth V on Clone. It's Gumi's Vocaloid, not V6, but Vocaloid 4, or 3, one of the banks. But it's definitely a nice change of pace to see a duet that isn't one AI bank, one standard bank. Not that there's anything wrong with that pairing, but we have been seeing it a lot, so it's a nice change of pace. So again, give Clone a listen. I've heard something funny about Clone, and that is it seems like they were throwing shade at Deco 27. I don't think that's true, but feel free to make a headcanon or so.
I haven't properly listened yet.
Pardon?
I haven't properly listened yet. I will soon though.
It's in the video. I don't think it's in the song. It's in the video, like during, yeah. But to my understanding, the shade in question, the alleged shade, I really don't think it's that intentional, but maybe it is. Is that there's a point in the video where Gumi is looking in the refrigerator and there's a dessert missing, and then Miku's holding that dessert, eating it, and that dessert is called a Mont Blanc. And in case you forgot, this is Techno to the 7 song called Mont Blanc, made recently with Miku. I almost said Miku V6 with Miku ambiguous voice bank.
I think Deco has the V3, right? I think he only has Miku V3.
The sound of the Miku he's using does not sound like V3, which is why a lot of people don't get it. You need like dedication levels of tuning to get the output that he like a similar output with a Vocaloid bank. So we don't think it's V4, but it's not confirmed that it isn't. So that's why I said Hatsune Miku Vocaloid ambiguous, okay? Because we don't know, but it's very likely. But yeah, so top 5 songs, give them all a listen. They're all very good. And I'm looking forward to see what happens in July. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
But segueing off of this, as you can see, Jamie Page is doing well right now. And for those who don't know, Jamie Page is also a part of the group Flavorfully. He works together with Vanna Lily, I believe that's the name. Vanna Lily and Rice Deity. They all work together to make the music, make the videos, all of that. And we get wonderful songs like Static, Butcher's Vanity. So, but Jamie Page seems to have a very magical touch when it comes to really connecting with the Western Vocaloid community, but also international Vocaloid community, with Butcher's Vanity. In terms of like Flavorfully, that has immense reach. But I do want to shed some light on Jamie Page because they have one second, y'all. One second. There we go. Just had to manually do it there. But we are getting a Constant Companions Deluxe Edition. So for those who are horrible at listening to albums, this is a call out. Jamie Page has an album. And they want to expand on that album and really take it to new heights. They want to release a song that was originally planned for the original release, but they didn't feel like they were capable of making it. But now they feel like they are. So we're going to see, capable of making it, more like enacting their vision. They knew they could make it, but they wanted it to really line up their vision. And I appreciate them for that. So I would say that like it's definitely going to be really cool whenever we see it come to fruition.
Yeah. Jamie P is like, yeah, it is. But Jamie P is like so exciting. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like when I think of this scene and I think of Jamie P, I just start getting like hopeful. Like, oh, P can come in.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I'm like super excited for this project because, again, like a lot of people are really bad at listening to albums, especially in the Vocaloid community. So please, 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 please listen to at least one album from a Vocaloid producer that you like. I really do. So much work goes into these. You guys have no idea. Okay, for some people it takes years to make a single song. For most people it takes years to make a single album, okay?
Yeah.
So please, 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 please show up for Jamie. Because I really do think that they're doing a lot of work in terms of really kind of bringing eyes to the Western community. But I think more importantly, and this is what people forget in these discussions, all right, I'm going to say it. It's one word, inspiration, okay? There are a ton of prolific Western producers, whether it be Ghost and Pals or Circus P, small or big. But it really speaks volumes when it comes to the magnitude of inspiration that a single Vocaloid producer can cause. And to have someone produce in not just like a language you understand, but also just like really produce out of the love of Vocaloid music. Because mind you, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie Page has dabbled in music. Even on their album, I could be misremembering, but I could have sworn Jamie Page does make music with like actual artists, like human artists, and even sings their own songs sometimes. So again, like this is a musician who's very serious about their craft, and this is a musician who very heavily respects Vocaloculture. So this is why I think it's so important we show up for these people, because for a lot of Vocaloid producers, they're very scared to step out, and I understand it, but there is a real, like they're very scared to step out because they don't want to be seen as betraying the Vocaloid community, and they're not. They're really just trying to expand on their grasp. I think a good example of this is Kira. Kira made bangers with 3 S's, and started making music, commissioned music, and then joined a group of people to make commissioned music, and it's great. It's all great. So again, show up for Jamie. Because this is a very like personal project to them from what I've seen them post on Twitter. But it's also just a really big moment for Vocaloid fans, because again, this is like from one of the biggest Western Vocalo Ps right now. And you know, we gotta show up. We would do it for any Vocaloid producer, but I think that what Jamie P has right now is really special. So
Incredibly.
Yeah. But is there any other thoughts, any other comments? Because this is our last pick.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say.
No, that's about it.
Alrighty. Well, folks, I hate to say it, but we're all out of topics.
Yeah.
No more Vocaloid. Vocaloid is over. I'm joking. But it's been a wonderful recording session today. But before we go, we have maybe 1 or 2 self promos. Jazzy, do you have anything else you would like to promote? Would you like to remind the audience of Ia?
Yeah, of course, but I'm not gonna promote myself this time. I'm gonna talk about serial experiments. Everybody go to like SoundCloud or Spotify and look up serial experiments. They are like such an incredible Vocaloid producer, and they don't have much attention, and I think they deserve more. That's all. I've been listening to their album Good Too Bad like constantly. Do it.
Noted. Graham, what about you?
Ruko Yokune got a Dip Singer update. Yeah, I like it. That's just about it.
Joyful news. I guess if I had something I would like to promote, okay. Support Utaos. Support Utahs. Okay. I was recently scrolling through Twitter and I saw someone make a vocal or now I saw someone make an Utaloid appreciation post because they get commissioned to make Project Diva mods and models for Utals. And it kind of reminded me that, like, again, like there is a community that is always making, that is always creating, that is always sharing. And that's this community. That's the Vocaloid community. That's the Utal community. That's the vocal synth community. And I feel like we need to shed more light on stuff that's more accessible because I've been seeing so many people get upset when a voice bank gets discontinued. I've been seeing so many people get upset when a voice bank, a commercial voice bank is not available that fits their needs. I implore everyone to at least give Open Utal a try. You don't need to use the original Utal, but just try Open Utal, try Diffsinger. There are resources out there to help you. And if you really like it, you really fall in love with it, guess what? You can make your own Utal. You can make your own Diffsinger. It won't be easy, but there's resources. There are people who will help you gladly. So please, please, please support Utals. Please. Okay. But yeah, there's that. Other stuff I would like to plug is all of our individual channels.
Yes, please.
I know Jazzy posts bangers. Don't let the output, don't let the rate of videos fool you. Okay, Jazzy's just in the kitchen. Jazzy's just in the kitchen. All right. Don't let the empty table fool you. All right, because when Jazzy brings food, you will be eating it up. Okay. So check out Jazzy, check out Grim, check out Ocean, check out Classy. I know Ocean and Classy weren't here today, but they're here in our hearts. They're party rocking, celebrating Pride Month on the last day. So yeah, so just please support us individually. It means the world. And yeah, just get out there, make content. If you want to partake in Vocaloid, it's super easy. You can make covers, you can make originals, you can make fan art, you can sometimes make plushies because you can licensing. But there's no ways to interact with this fandom, so never be afraid, and that's kind of what I want to plug in at the end. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.